Welcome back to EnglishTenPodcast, where we upgrade everyday English into practical real-life skills. I'm Emma, your friendly language coach, and across from me is Dan, our resident conversational strategist.
Hey everyone, I'm Dan. Today we're unpacking a skill that sounds simple but requires finesse, thinking fast and speaking smart. Whether you're in a meeting, on a date, or just trying to keep up in a fast-paced conversation, the ability to think quickly and articulate clearly can make a big difference.
That's right. We'll break down quick thinking techniques, how to structure your thoughts under pressure, tips for clarity, and some practical exercises you can try right away. And we'll do it in a lively two-person dialogue so you can hear how these ideas play out in real talk.
So grab a notebook if you like, but we're keeping it practical and actionable. Let's dive in.
Section 1. The Foundation. What it means to think fast and speak smart. Dan, when people hear think fast, they often imagine rapid-fire replies. But for us, it's more about organizing thoughts under time pressure, so your words feel deliberate, not rushed. What do you think is the foundation?
Agreed. I'd say it starts with mental clarity and a simple decision framework. First, identify the core point you want to convey. Second, gather one or two supporting ideas. Third, choose a closing line or call to action. The trick is to keep that core point visible, even if the conversation pivots.
And I'd add, listening is your ally. Quick thinking isn't a solo sprint, it's a relay. If you listen actively, you'll catch cues that guide your response and help you stay relevant.
Section 2. Quick thinking techniques that actually work.
Let's go through practical techniques.
First, the point, reason, example structure. State your main point in one sentence, give one or two reasons, and cite a brief example. It reduces cognitive load and keeps you concise.
I love that. Another technique is pause then phrase. A short pause gives you time to structure thoughts, and the phrase you choose signals confidence. It's not about silence being awkward, it's about control.
Also, label and reframe. Label the issue in simple terms and reframe it if needed. If someone asks a tricky question, you can reframe it to reflect your main point while buying a moment to think.
And don't underestimate the power of questions. Turning a tough prompt into a clarifying question buys time and shows engagement. For example, do you mean, or are we focusing on?
Section 3. The Language Toolkit, Clarity over Complexity. When speed is a factor, clarity is king. Use plain language and concrete terms. Avoid jargon unless you're sure your audience understands it.
Exactly. And we should vary your sentence length. Short sentences land with impact. Longer sentences can weave nuance. A mix keeps the listener engaged and avoids a monotone rhythm.
Also, prefer active voice. We will review the data is stronger than the data will be reviewed. Active voice supports quick comprehension.
And pronoun management helps. Use we to build inclusion, or you to address the listener directly when you want engagement or urgency.
Section 4. Practice drills you can do right now. Here are 3 quick drills. First, the 1-minute pitch. Pick a topic like a product or idea and speak for 1 minute without notes. Then, summarize it in 30 seconds. This trains you to distill core points.
Second drill, question sprint. Have a partner throw rapid questions for 2 minutes. Answer each point with 1 sentence, then move to the next. It builds rapid response skill and helps you avoid filler language.
Third drill, Improv Mini-Scenes. Create a tiny scenario, a casual coffee chat, a job interview, a client call, and practice responding naturally under time pressure. You'll learn how to pivot and stay on track.
Section 5. Handling tough questions with poise. In real life, you'll encounter curveball questions. The secret is to acknowledge, pivot, and respond. Acknowledge the concern briefly, then pivot to your core point.
Right. For example, if someone asks, "Why should we change our strategy now?" you could reply, "Great question. Our core need is X because Y." A potential pivot could be Z, which addresses both concerns. It shows you've heard them and you're guiding the conversation.
And it's okay to buy time with a clarifying question. Would you like a brief overview of the data or a quick summary of the implications first? It buys you moments to think and shows you're thoughtful.
Section 6. Nonverbal cues that elevate your talking. Think fast, speak smart. Nonverbal cues matter. Maintain relaxed posture, steady eye contact, and a calm pace. If you're fidgeting, your calm message gets diluted.
Right. Your tone should match the message. A confident tempo, fewer filler sounds like or and deliberate pauses can make your points feel stronger.
Also, facial expressions and gestures. A subtle hand gesture can underline a point, but avoid overdoing it. Subtle movement keeps the energy without distraction.
Section 7. Mindset shifts for faster thinking. Your mindset can speed up or slow down your thinking. We recommend a few shifts: curiosity, brevity, and confidence. Stay curious about the conversation. Be brief but complete, and project confidence through your voice and body language.
Confidence is contagious. If you sound certain, others are more likely to listen and follow your lead. But confidence isn't about pretending to know everything. It's about clearly communicating what you do know and inviting collaboration for the rest.
Section 8. Real-life scenarios and role play. Scenario 1. You're in a team meeting and someone asks, "Can you justify this budget?" How would you respond?
I'd say, the budget supports 3 critical outcomes, A, B, and C. For A, we anticipate X impact. For B, we expect Y, and C is a contingency. If you want, I can walk you through the data now. It's structured and transparent.
Scenario 2. You're at a social event and someone asks, "What do you do?" You want to sound engaging but not overbearing.
I'd respond with a brief hook, then invite conversation. I help people gain clarity in everyday English so they speak more confidently. How about you? What brought you here tonight? It invites dialogue and keeps the chat flowing.
Section 9. Common pitfalls and how to avoid them. One pitfall is over-preparing and sounding robotic. The cure is practice with live feedback. Record yourself, review, and adjust your phrasing to sound natural.
Another pitfall is rushing final thoughts. If you feel rushed, slow your pace, reset, and recap. A quick recap signals you've organized your thoughts and are ready to move forward.
And don't neglect listening. You'll pick up cues that guide your response and help you stay relevant.
Section 10. The quick recap. A simple framework you can use. Here's a simple, repeatable framework. 1. State the main point in one sentence. 2. Give one supporting reason. 3. Provide a brief example or data point. 4. End with a call to action or next step.
Practice this framework aloud a few times with different topics. The repetition will help your brain form quick access patterns for real conversations. Closing. We've covered a lot today, from structuring thoughts quickly to speaking with clarity, using questions to buy thinking time, and managing nonverbal cues to boost your impact. The goal is not to memorize lines, but to develop a natural, adaptive approach so you can think fast and speak smart in any situation.
If you want to keep leveling up, try our 1-minute pitches and question sprints with a friend or in front of a mirror. Record yourself, listen back, and note where you can tighten the structure or add a touch of warmth.
And remember, language mastery is a journey. Small, consistent practice beats big bursts of effort that fade quickly. Keep showing up, keep experimenting, and your confidence will grow over time.
If you enjoyed this episode, please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you won't miss future episodes of English 10 Podcast. We post practical English tips every day to help you think clearly and speak with impact.
We've got a couple of questions from our listeners. First, what's the best way to handle a question you don't know the answer to?
A good approach is to acknowledge the gap, offer what you can say, and propose to follow up with solid data later. That's an important point. Here's what I can share now, and I'll send a detailed update after I check the latest information.
Second question, how can I sound more confident on video without sounding rehearsed?
Practice with natural pauses, vary your tone, and avoid robotic repetition. Read a short script aloud, but record several takes and choose the most natural one. Real-time feedback helps you find a balance between fluency and authenticity.
Thanks for tuning in to English 10 Podcast. We hope you leave with concrete techniques you can apply right away and a renewed sense of confidence in your spoken English.
Until next time, keep practicing, stay curious, and speak smart. We'll see you in the next episode.